Keith Olbermann has not pulled any punches when it comes to criticizing Penn State when it comes to the whole Jerry Sandusky debacle. Of course, Jerry Sandusky was sexually assaulting and raping young boys at Penn State, and people were brushing it under the rug for quite some time. So Olbermann is definitely justified in ranting against all of those cover-ups. But now he's going after Penn State students, and as a result, he's been suspended from ESPN for the rest of the week. Now, let me tell you exactly how this all went down. Apparently, a Penn State student by the name of Lisa posted a link to an article saying that Penn State had raised more than $13 million for cancer for children. So children who have cancer, it would go toward them, pediatric cancer. And apparently, she also included a caption that said, "We are," which is the chant at Penn State. Well, Keith Olbermann responded to that with ... ellipsis, pitiful. So he's calling Penn State students pitiful. So students didn't really understand what that was all about, and one person responded back. So Keith Olbermann says Penn State University students raising over $13 million for pediatric cancer research is pitiful. No, sir, you are the definition of the word. So as a big public figure, you just kind of let that go, right? But no, he's not going to let it go. He responds, "No, son. I said PSU students were pitiful, had nothing to do with fundraising. Hashtag also PSU reading comprehension appears to be weak." But no, let's stop there for 1 second. Your reading comprehension seems to be weak. Because if you had strong reading comprehension, you would have noticed that the initial tweet that you responded to included a link that said that they had raised $13 million for pediatric cancer. What happened?
Yeah. All right. So this is a bit controversial, and I have mixed feelings on it.
I don't.
We're going to need a Supreme Court on this. Drop it. Okay. So I don't have much love for Keith Olbermann, given our personal history. Now, I've always said, and we'll say in this case too, I think he was really important to the country when he turned MSNBC around and they became more progressive. It lasted for a while. Apparently, they've stopped that these days. But it was a good run, and it was because of Keith Olbermann. On a personal level, he's a weird dude.
He's beyond weird.
Right. Yeah. So these tweets reinforce that. So what are you picking a fight with Penn State students for? What a weird thing to pick a fight over, and especially in the context of them raising money for cancer. You're a weirdo. What's wrong with you? Okay, so why am I mixed on it? I'm tired of the suspensions. Everybody gets suspended for everything, right? So, okay, he's a weirdo. I don't know, ESPN, call him in and be like, stop being weird, okay? And apologize to the students. And we're done with it, okay? So I don't need to suspend him, and suspend him for a week. What does that show? That's weird.
I think that if they suspended him, yes, this has something to do with it. But I also think it has something to do with the fact that he's an extremely difficult person to work with. And someone over there probably doesn't like him, and they're like, for the love of God, let's just get rid of him for the rest of the week. That's my hypothesis about it. Look, Keith Olbermann was someone that we supported big time, right? And we always supported him, always looked out for him. And then after he left Current, he decided to be a dick toward us for absolutely no reason. He's a terrible, mean-spirited human being. His politics might be right, okay? He might have the same political ideology as us, but at the same time, he is a mean person. And I don't think that we should hold back from sharing that with the audience. It is what it is. There's more. He tweeted to more people. So whatever you say, bud, one student said that to him. Her tweet read, "We are," and I finished the sentence, "pitiful. At this rate, your diploma won't be recognized, moron." What are you doing? You're a grown man. You're a grown man. No, I have no respect for him based on this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm the most unbiased man in America. So yes, at the time we weren't allowed to respond because he full well knowing his mental issues, he inserts into his contracts, not only can the company not criticize him, but no one that ever works at the company can criticize him, okay? So, I mean, yet he goes around picking fights like this.
Amazing.
So, yeah, I wasn't happy with how things went down on a personal level, but I'm unbiased in that for this, it's stupid, but I still wouldn't have suspended him. But, I mean, Anna, you make an interesting point. Guys who grade on people, they can't get in a situation where people can't wait to suspend him because he has no internal allies, because he's usually burned the building down.
It's inconceivable to me that people that he works with currently like him. It's inconceivable. Just based on what I know about him personally, inconceivable. So I think that probably played a role in their decision to suspend him as well.
Okay, so we go to a tiebreaker. Anna and I are split on the actual case here at hand. Should he have been suspended for a week? Justice J.R. Jackson, what say you?
Well, I mean, it's obvious the reason they had to do it is because of, PR purposes. People are already upset. He's going after random students and alum. But in that case, you feel like they kind of have to just to be safe. I mean, but, he got into a fight on Twitter. Now, if you start throwing some, not even expletives, but if you start throwing some slurs around and coming after particular people because of where they're from or who they are, yeah, that gets a little more specific. But he was just kind of being a dick.
No, there's more. I want to read graphic number 14.
There's more. Here comes Justice Kasparian again.
I just can't handle him. The students, I am an alum, gainfully employed in D.C., are pitiful for running an organization that raises millions. Okay. Again, get your money back. You didn't learn how to read. Penn State University students are pitiful because they're Penn State University students, period. I mean, he's a child. He's a child.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's such a silly, silly thing. Okay. So, but JR, we all agree that tweets are idiotic, right?
Yeah.
But do you suspend them over tweets?
No, I specifically don't, just because they didn't cross any lines where he's throwing a group of people under the bus outside of Penn State students, but that's a broad group of people. But I mean, like, going along the lines of this particular guy is Italian, this guy's Jewish, this guy's black. He didn't do any of that type of stuff where he's lumping up people and then calling them names or something.
Yeah.
He's being a dick. He's talking about it's childish. That's the thing. Oh, well, you better get your diploma back. You spelled Y-O-U-R. It's U-R. That's one of those things. Someone typoed and put your. And he said, my what? Yeah, okay, I know, I get it. So I don't think it was very harmful to the people. It's just a back and forth. So that's why I wouldn't. But under any kind of normal circumstances, I see the reason for suspending someone. Not in this case, though.
Yeah, all right.
He's a dick. That's the bottom line. He's a dick.
We have a conclusion. The ruling of the TYT Supreme Court is Keith Olbermann is a dick. By 2-1, he should not be suspended for being a dick. So, believe it or not, we rule kind of in favor of Olbermann here.